Iceland was first settled from Norway in the days of King Harald Fairhair, the son of Halfdan the Black. According to the reckoning of the wisest man I know, my foster father Tate, son of Bishop Iceleaf, and of my uncle Thorgilsson, who remembered a long way back, and of Thurid, daughter of Snorri the priest, who was both wise and well informed, the settlement of Iceland took place at the time when Ivar, the son of Ragnar Hairy Breeches, had Saint Edmund, king of the English, killed. And according to Saint Edmund's saga, that happened 870 years after the birth of Christ. The story goes, and it is a true one, that a Norwegian called Ingolf travelled from Norway to Iceland for the first time when Harald Fairhair was 16 years old, and again a few years later. He settled to the south in REKJAVIK. The place where he landed first is called Ingolf's Head, to the east of Minthag's Shoal, and the place where he later settled is Ingolfsfell, which lies to the east of the Ölfos River. In those days, there were trees growing in Iceland between the mountains and the shore. There were also Christian men here, whom the Norsemen called papar. But they left afterward because they did not want to live alongside heathens. They left behind some Irish books, spells and croziers, from which it may be deduced that they were Irishmen. After that, a great number of people began to migrate here from Norway until King Harald banned the practice, fearing that his land would be depopulated otherwise. Then it was agreed that anyone coming here from Norway would have to pay the king 5 pieces of gold, unless he was granted an exemption. King Harald is said to have been king for 70 years and to have reached the age of 80. This is the origin of the tax called landara, land money. The tax was sometimes higher and sometimes lower, until Olaf the Stout made it definite that anyone travelling between Norway and Iceland had to pay the king half a mark, except for women and the men he exempted. Thorgilsson was our source for this. After Iceland had been extensively settled, a Norwegian called Ulfljot brought the first laws here from Norway. Tate was the one who gave an account of this. The laws were called Ulfljot's laws. These laws were largely based on the Gulathing law, or on the judgment of Thorleif the Wise, son of Horthakari, when a law needed to be extended or abolished or modified in some way. Ulfljot's foster brother was said to be Grim Goat's Hair. On Ulfljot's advice, this Grim surveyed the whole of Iceland before the ALTHING was established. As payment for this, every man in the country contributed a penny to him, and afterwards he gave that money to temples.